how do you think it would affect the business that you work for if they do remove the likes from Instagram? How would it affect your marketing strategy?
I'm kind of torn about Instagram hiding likes, how I feel about it, because on the one hand, I think that for kind of our generation generally, it's probably going to be a great thing, especially around this conversation about mental health. I think it's probably the best thing for everyone from a personal perspective to kind of stop with this competition of number of likes on a photo and kind of reminding people to have fun with Instagram, because that's why it started. It started as just a fun image sharing platform. From a business perspective, I think it's going to be a lot harder for the clients I look after to evaluate which influencers are right or wrong for them, because we kind of use a basic, quite a simple algorithm where you sort of divide number of likes by following to figure out the average engagement rate on someone's post to see how many people are actually engaging with that, and how many people are viewing it. If you hide the likes, we would then purely have to manually sift through everyone's following to make sure that it was the right demographic for that particular client that you're promoting, to make sure that there's good synergy between the influencer and the brand, and make sure it's a worthy promotion. To be honest, everyone is so strapped for time these days. I don't think that we would wade through someone's profile the same with the same kind of caution, and it would end up, I think our clients would stop working with influencers for a period of time.
Do you think that it could perhaps potentially even spell the end of Instagram in general if people start, like Tammy Hembrow saying that she's going to leave the platform if they hide likes and go elsewhere?
I think it could potentially spell the end of Instagram. I think if enough brands decided to stop working with influencers based on they just couldn't see the same kind of statistics that they can see now based on likes and number of views and things like that, then I think if enough brands stop working with influencers, they're kind of the influencer marketing kind of sector would die down, which is a fairly recent thing. I mean, influencer marketing didn't exist sort of 5-10 years ago. It's a fairly recent phenomenon and kind of space in this landscape. There will always be another platform out as well, another social media platform. I mean, we used to use MySpace and Bebo and then Facebook and all these things, which are now Twitter. Even Twitter's dying down more now. There will always be another platform trying to compete with Instagram. In China, they use Weibo, and obviously China's got the biggest population in the world, so that's probably a huge percentage of people in the world that are not really on Instagram. We're thinking about it of where we live and what our friends are doing, but actually, in the grand scheme of things, Instagram isn't the biggest, and it could be knocked down by something bigger and better at any point.
So overall, would you say it's a positive or a negative that Instagram is going to potentially remove likes?
I think largely it is a positive thing that Instagram is looking into removing or hiding likes on a post. From a personal perspective, I just think it's healthier for our generation to kind of stop putting so much pressure on themselves to post the perfect Instagram picture. And similarly for brands, I think the caliber of luxury brands that I work for, it's a very, very small percentage of influencers that actually make a difference and help drive sales and bookings to hotels that I represent. And so I think that actually for that small kind of creme de la creme that we would work with, we could work out based on just their following, if they were worth it or not. It wouldn't be just based on likes. I think for mass market, a lot of fast fashion brands, for example, it will probably be a negative thing because they rely heavily on influencer marketing, which is probably cheaper than traditional advertising these days and more effective for them. So I think it would definitely take a toll on a lot of businesses, but in the luxury sector, I don't think it would take such a big hit.